Transmission incoming. Connected.
Welcome to Rogue and Blasted. Great to have everyone listening along. This week we're missing Connor because he's playing some game called Warhammer.
Is it D&D he's playing? I think it's D&D.
Yeah, Magic the Gathering, something like that. Said he loves sitting at tables looking a little bit moody. But we got James with us.
Hello, everyone.
We've got Matt.
Hello.
And we have Dan.
All right.
So, lots to talk about this week. We're going to do something a little bit different this week, rather than just a weekly catch-up. Maybe get a bit of time to catch up, but we're going to be focusing on a topic for each of us, and that is our best faction, or the faction we want to collect next, and also a faction that we never, ever would collect, and some reasons behind some of that. So, kind of just be interesting to see what people's thoughts are about collecting. And the only rule about that is it can't, for the faction that we want to collect next, it can't be something that we've already got a model for. So something you don't possess. Yeah, yeah. Got ya.
But not even one
Steve.
model, not even one little model.
No, and this it's fair because I've ruled myself out of one of my top choices by a one single miniature.
Nice.
Okay,
Right.
cool.
Okay, fine.
So yeah,
No, I can't pick that one either. That doesn't leave a lot of steam.
think fast, Matt. Well, yeah. Maybe
You just
if you've got one of every, maybe you have to move on to a different game altogether.
okay. No, fine. No, I know exactly what. No, it's fine. Carry
All
on.
right, cool.
I could just see Matt looking around his room like, fuck, no, I've got that, I've got one of those.
Damn it.
Scratching through the pile of shame. No, I've got those as well, and those. Simple for James, though. Simple for James, I'm thinking.
Well, what's knocking around in here, love? Hold on. Got a couple of my old painted models here, look. Got a
Well excited.
human Blood Bowl player. Look at the top quality of that paint job there.
Whoa. Get my job blasted.
Yeah, you
Beastman.
can manage him.
Look at that
Beastman,
detail on
there
the
he is.
shield.
Well, that's a shield, is it?
Beastman!
Cool. Right, so whilst everyone's madly thinking about what they're going to say, Dan, you've got a couple of grimdark would you rathers.
Yes. Would you rather play Connect 4 with an Orc or a full game of Warhammer against an Eldar?
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like it.
Should we start with... let's go with Matt.
Like, Connect 4 with the Orc.
I knew you would say that. I knew it. Just anything with a bit of orcish chaos. Yeah,
I'm
go on.
aligned. I'm aligned.
Yeah.
What happens if you win?
He punches you to death.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You don't win.
He punches you to death. Yeah,
All right, fair.
yeah.
Boy,
But at least you're not trying to rip his underwear off like we've talked about
Of
in
the previous
yeah,
years.
yeah.
nice.
Nice.
Episode.
The Orcs do make for pretty good would you rathers, I find. There's a lot of...
Yeah. Okay, so Matt's going with Connect 4 with the Orc. James, what do you reckon?
Same. It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be the Orc fun. The Orc madness. Yeah.
See, I thought with all the like trading for the tournament, getting a few games in against an Eldar would it'd definitely teach you a lot.
I think they'd be so highbrow and so high level that it'd just be on a different plane to me. Like,
Bore you to
no,
death.
I'd
I
rather
don't know,
just drink
James,
some
you're-
grog.
You're from Dorset, James. You're pretty
Not on the level of those elves.
okay. All right.
Steve.
I think I'd go with the elf.
Okay.
Be very cultured, sit there, maybe have a little glass of wine or something. Be very, very pleasant.
But yeah.
What if we trained it to Drukari instead?
Well,
Then I'll take the orc. I'll take the orc every day of the week. Yeah. What about you, Dan? Oh no, sorry.
Right, so we had a couple others. Would you rather play in a tournament with 200 points less than everybody else or 200 points more than everybody else, but everyone knows about the difference? So if you win, they're all going to be like, he had an extra 200 points. And if you
He's
lose, they're
cheating.
like, yeah. But if you lose, if you win with less 200 points,
Yeah, I'll
Too
jump in
complicated?
very. No,
Okay.
I get it. I'll jump in very quickly and say I'll take 200 points less because it's more fun being the underdog, isn't it? When you're expected, and it's
Absolutely.
less pressure. So if you're not expected to win,
okay,
then if you do squeak a little win, you're a hero, and if you don't, well, 200,
200
points less than
points.
everyone
Yes,
else.
exactly. You've got the hero win and you've got a good excuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
All we need
no-brainer.
is the excuse out of that scenario, really, isn't it? To go away and lose some games. James is thinking of competitive. He's like, oh, well, if I could.
Well, it's
there's 200
tempting
extra
to try.
points.
It's tempting to try and think up some excuse as to how you've snuck an extra Redemptor Dreadnought onto the
Yeah.
table. Pocket Redemptor.
Yeah, who would try and do that? That seems
Yeah, who would do that?
crazy.
Who would do that?
You'd have to be sneaky about it.
Hmm.
Maybe it was like painted the same color as the tabletop, it could blend in a little better. It's like a chameleon.
Really good camouflage painted on it.
Just
Nice.
rolling some dice. Who are you rolling dice for there? Oh, just the the Redemptor kind of.
Mumble.
But no, less, because you're either a hero or you've got your excuse.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
That was an easy
Good.
one.
yeah, good consensus on that one. Nice. Thanks, Dan. Got us warmed up nicely there, so to speak.
No problem.
Well, so yeah.
What?
Good thing we
We're
can
in
edit
different
these
rooms.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Miles
Yeah,
away.
well, we're many miles away. Thank goodness. So yeah, as I mentioned, Connor's not here this week. He's off playing. What tournament is it again?
Doonhammer.
Nice.
So
Love it.
he's got, yes, two-day tournament.
Yeah, so
Should
he's
we,
been keeping us pretty updated. Actually, how's he getting on?
He's
Should
doing
we
quite
go
well,
over
I think.
his
Yeah, he seems to be
wins,
doing pretty
losses?
well. Yeah, go on. Just if you've got
Or
it
do we
to
wait for
hand.
Connor to... So I think from his update from yesterday, was it a defeat to the Eldar,
Yeah.
victory
Right.
over the Chaos Space Marines and the
Right.
Chaos Demons, and then
Right.
a draw with another guy. It's
Yeah.
progress so far.
Yeah,
And then he
not
beat
too
the Imperial
not
Fist
too
this
shabby.
morning.
Yeah, I thought he beat the Imperial Fist this morning,
Smashed
didn't he?
on.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he
Nice.
did.
Yeah. His current game's up against one of the Scotland team, and it's about a
That's
tower
right.
action.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
Tau on Tau.
Yes.
Yeah. And it looks
Interesting to
like
hear how that
his,
goes.
and it looks like his opponent's got 3 Riptides.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like a little slugfest.
I'd love to see
Ah,
that.
cool. So yeah, our little topic. Hopefully, we've had a bit of time to think about it all. Anybody want to jump in?
I'm happy to go first.
Go on,
Cool.
Dan. Hit us
Should
up.
we start with the negative first?
Yeah. So, what faction would you really not want to collect, and why?
Grey Knights.
Right.
I've got a nice list of reasons.
Yeah, go on.
So they're supposed to be like the best of the best of the best, basically, right? Like kind
Pretty
of like
much, yeah.
awesome, like
Maybe
one
apart
in a
from
1,000
Custodes, I
Space
suppose, yeah.
Marines. But that's the thing, is Custodes do it better. So you're already, if you're going for like the elite Imperial Army, just
Yeah.
go Custodes. And instead of, even their paint scheme is silver next to Custodes gold. So you're just like, oh, clearly these guys have won. But then they're also supposed to be like super zealots and really grimdark and that sort of thing. But then I feel like your Sisters of Battle do that better as well.
Well,
Potentially.
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay. No, please.
I'll hold my tongue. I'll hold my tongue.
Okay. The models are pretty old at this point. Like they're not looking, they
Yeah.
haven't stood up. Their Nemesis Dreadnought is just a copy paste of the Matrix, like the big thing in the
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
movie. It's literally
Yeah,
exactly the same, and it looks cool. But come on,
Yeah.
yeah, they just all look exactly the same. I feel like they should have almost stayed as like an allied in force from back in the day. So if you could bring in like a squad of Grey Knights, new models, just make them like completely, I don't know, deck them out like more so than Custodes, and then just make them like massively overpointed, but have them hit insanely hard. So they'd actually be quite a scary faction to bring in. It would almost be like your little Terminator Death Star of Grey Knights in the middle of it.
For a specific task, like anti-psycho, basically, or anti.
Yeah, so I'd have
yeah.
my like Space Marine army, and I'm like, fuck, I'm playing demons next week. Oh, I'm gonna paint up this squad of Terminators and chuck
Bring
it
out
in
the
and just
Grey
have this
Knights.
big
The Grey
shining. Yeah, basically. So that's my
Okay.
that's my
Okay.
theory.
All right, let's pause it there. Matt is itching to.
Well, I'll start with, and I agree with you, the range needs a massive refresh. Some of the character models are pretty cool. I quite like them.
Okay.
They are some nice.
Castellan Crow's
yeah,
good.
That's a great model. But yeah, the rest of them are really needing some attention. So do not disagree. However, they are.
However, here's my 50 ways.
I'm just playing devil's advocate because I wouldn't say they're
Yes,
my favourite
I think
faction
that's-
either. They have a bit of a. But I mean, they're not like the Sisters of Battle. In fact, there was
Okay.
the Sisters of Battle. But the lore was the Sisters of Battle were fighting a Chaos incursion,
Yeah.
and the Grey Knights rocked up and thought we need
Yeah,
a bit
this-
extra oomph. So they killed all the Sisters of Battle, painted themselves in the
Themselves.
blood. So they're pretty
rude.
nasty.
Yeah,
They're
that's really-
horrible.
'Cause
You
that
know,
went
they would
down
just
like
wipe
a-
out entire planets just so there's no witnesses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the other side. Is like if you end up
They're
ever
really
fighting with
nasty.
them, you're completely fucked. Like they'll
Yeah,
just end
they'll
up
just kill
turning
you.
around and killing you.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Bastards.
they've got some serious beef with the Space Wolves as well, haven't they?
Yes. Yeah. And
So-
Salamanders
there you
as
go.
well, same thing. And we have,
Yeah.
they were like, no, you can't murder this entire planet.
Yeah. They tried rescuing all those heroes of the Imperium. They were for
Yeah.
a while.
But the founder, isn't he? What's that captain from the Heresy?
He's like one of the main guys from that series, isn't he? But none of us can remember
He
his name.
was
Was
in
he-
the.
Was he a
they
Lunar
found
Wolf?
him- No, they found
No,
him on the Estevan wandering around
Yeah.
after Horus bombed it, and he founded the Grey Knights. but I can't
Yes.
remember his
I'm
name.
going to look it up now because it's going to bother me.
Oh, he's a great character as well. It was I really enjoyed those first books with him.
How far have you guys got through those series? Because I feel like I've
I'm-
read the first three and never got around to finishing it, but I really want to.
On the first Heretic, I think it's called. I think it's book.
Yeah.
What is it? There's some really good books in there.
I hear it can be quite up and down, with some books being like absolutely incredible. and
Yeah.
So I'm on
some
book
being-
14. Yeah, some are a bit
Okay.
meh, but some
Yeah.
have been very good. The first three I love. They're really, really good. I
Okay.
really enjoyed Nemesis. Is very good as well. But we're getting off topic.
Yeah, sorry. Ever so slightly.
I'm distracted, so I couldn't sort of pull you back onto topic.
So-
there. I can't find the answer. But I
think-
know who you're. I know the character you're talking
Yeah.
about, but I can't. It just keeps telling me that Malcador the Sigillite was. The
Yeah, I
founder.
was going to say, I thought it was Malcador. I thought Malcador.
He went. Was it? It wasn't Garviel Locum, was it?
I thought
Was it Garviel? Yeah.
Locum
Was it maybe
definitely
Malcador?
involved.
I think Malcador maybe told Loken, you need to go set
He-
this
yeah.
up.
He
He
went and
gathered the original
founded it.
knights.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah.
All
the
right.
Grey Knights.
So Grey Knights. Yeah, I kind of agree with both your points. Really,
Also, that
the range needs a refresh, like massively.
Hmm.
But I think
they
the
should
lore is
be-
really heavy, and I think that they could
Yeah.
be a really, really cool faction if they
Yeah.
had just a little bit more pulled in. So I think Dan's wrong, and he should recant his decision
And he should be kicked off the show right now.
right now,
Yeah.
and we'll find a new tech priest or turned into a servitor. One of the two.
I'm just going to mute Matt here for a second. Where is the mute button?
Yeah. All right. James, any particular thoughts on that?
I'd echo what Matt said. I think they're all right. I think their models are iffy. The Terminators, I think, still look okay. The other bits and pieces, they need some work. But I think in theory, they should be a cool faction with their backstory. So they should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They fluffed it a little bit potentially recently. This weird thing of how they've got to kill the Emperor or,
Yeah.
sitting back on his chair if the old
Yeah.
boy gets up and tries to walk away again, which is a little bit odd.
down.
But maybe that will develop into something good. You never know. If a good writer gets hold of that, it could be something cool.
Yeah. There's some great novels around them.
Which
really,
ones?
really good. Don't ask me for titles.
Right. A really
I don't know
informative podcast
details.
for people.
Yeah. yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a
Basically
few
our
really good
podcast.
stories. What are they? Don't know.
Yeah. But people have to do a lot of Googling after these podcasts.
We'll stick it in the show notes.
So yeah, I think if they even just did like quite a modest refresh of the range, like to Primaris scale, I think that would overcome like half the issues, wouldn't it?
Yeah, probably. I also, it's quite difficult. I know, obviously, they have like a very iconic like aesthetic and color schemes, but you never really see even any variation. Like even Custodes have
Yeah.
some more variation, but the amount of sort of like dry brush silvered or just silver paint and then inked over armies I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Maybe people have tried to paint them a different colour, but then they've been exterminated, so we never get to see them.
that's definitely what's happened. We've done 3 Castellan Crow commissions over the
Yeah.
last month, and they've all been done by the same painter, identical process. So yeah, I get what
Yeah.
you're saying. Yeah,
But clearly when you guys do it looks fantastic. So that obviously
They-
isn't in line with the rest of
jokes
my
aside,
complaints.
they do look amazing. It's a great
There you
model.
go.
Looks
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we don't get requests like, "Oh, can you do Castellan Crow but black armor or something like that?" It's always that same
look
sort
cool,
of bluish silver.
maybe.
Yeah, could do.
We should do a grimdark one, all rusty.
Yeah, that'd be wicked.
Stuck in the
Kinda
wall
cool.
for too long.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
Just-
we digress.
Sorry.
All right, Dan. So, give us your.
So I was quite looking forward to
Positive
this because I was quite hoping Connor was going to be here. But I think it would be Chaos Knights. Yeah, genuinely really weird. Those models, I think this is mainly based around the models, but they do look incredible. I love that sort of grimdark painting aesthetic anyway. So I've been looking at some of the people using the oils that I bought specifically, and I'm now just
Yeah.
like, I could get a knight to go with the Tyranids, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, even
Glue
the
some
grimdark,
spores on something.
they look amazing.
We did.
Especially like I've seen some of the Nurgle ones where they've really gone in on that grime. I think being able to put like the same amount of work you'd normally put into, say, a quarter of an army into a single model sounds quite nice as well. Just to be able to take
Yeah.
loads of time with this one
Yeah.
thing, make it look amazing. When you see like people who have done the insane freehand like shoulders,
Yeah.
like
It's so good. It is
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good.
and I would just love to have the opportunity to maybe build and paint the army, not tell Connor, meet up for a match, and then he thinks it's going to be Tyranids.
It's-
Just get a load of knights out on the table.
Boom.
Yeah, I think that'd be quite fun. Yeah, it's that simple. I'm not up on the lore of it, which I should be because I normally quite enjoy that aspect. But they just look insane, and I think from a collecting point of view, especially, you just be very very cool and kind of really different from this Tyranids I've got already. You've gone from like
Yeah.
really organic all the way to like big rusted machine that's walking
Yeah.
around and falling apart and
Yeah.
stuff.
But you can still fix in that bit of organicness as well, because I've seen some great conversions with like
Yeah.
knights with massive tentacles and all sorts of stuff
Yeah.
hanging out of them.
Yeah,
I know we probably should be arguing the counter of that, but I'm all in for knights. I love knights.
nice.
I have one sitting. I'm just waiting to clear them out. Clear a little bit of space, and I'm going all in on it. I'm going
Yeah.
all in.
Nice.
Nice.
How are you going? Like Chaos Imperial?
No,
or-
well, I've got my space wheels run 2 armigers, and I'm doing Hawk Shroud. So the knight will be in Hawk Shroud, so it's kind of quite a yellow scheme
Nice.
because it just looks cool.
That'll go really well with the grey as well, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and they tie in the lore, so I want to do like a companion knights army as well.
Nice. Yeah.
But I can't pick that because I've got them.
Oh yeah.
Not
better
bitter
check.
at all, but
But better double check, Dan. You're not cheating, are you? Have you got any Chaos Knights hiding in the cupboard behind you?
don't have any Chaos Knights. I'd be quite happy if I was like, oh yes, look what I just found. Whoops.
Yeah.
And then can you ally in like the massive Forge World Titans? Would they be part of a knight army or would that be a complete different thing?
Idea.
Like putting a
Probably
big full
can, shall we?
war. Is it the
Yeah.
Warhound? Yeah, that'd be. I can dream one day.
I think
bet-
in the
I-
bigger games
think-
you can, like a 3,000 point game maybe. I can't remember how many points
Right.
they are, those big things. There are a lot of
big.
points.
I painted for a charity army last year, and part of the PR for it was they rented the big table at Warhammer World, and they got the UK Knights Ownership Club together, and they had a proper massive. They had the big Forge World Knights,
Yeah,
and then all the
amazing.
little knights against the painted Space Marines army. It was awesome.
Being that Space Marine army would probably be quite intimidating though when you're setting up and you've just got like a Devastator squad facing down a Warhound. Like this is
Yeah,
not going to end well.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find the post on it and share the
Yeah.
images because it's really cool.
Amazing.
It's just not something you see every day.
Nice. But yeah,
I think that would be quite a popular choice. Chaos
sweet.
Knights.
Yeah.
I can't really think of any reason why you're wrong. They're strong in the game. They look really cool. You get loads of freedom around colors and kitbashing, and they
What's
look
the
great
price
just
tag on
on
them?
the shelf, just over
100.
100
But then,
quid plus.
how many points are we talking? Like,
I think it's
500,
quite an
600?
efficient pound.
350 to 425,
Yeah, depending on the
something like
various-
so that is still quite a cheap army, basically, in
Yeah, it's
comparison
not bad.
to...
Yeah.
Probably, yeah, it's about it's about right.
You get a couple of armigers for 38 quid or something, depending where you go.
Nice. Sweet. Yeah, Chaos
All right.
Knights. Feeling
Cool,
quite
so
confident
Dan-
about that.
So Dan's stomping on the Grey Knights and loving the Chaos Knights. Cool, James.
Okay, well, Dan's not going to be happy with this, I can tell already. Because my negatives are the Custodes.
Okay.
Uh,
Henry
Because
Cavill's
they're
gonna
just so bloody perfect, aren't they? They're just always swanking around. Cock a walk, you know. We're better than all the rest of you.
Yeah.
But are they? Where were they? They had one job. One job, Custodes. Protect the Emperor. And what happened? They weren't there. When it really
They-
mattered, they weren't there.
Yeah.
And
it's a good
now
point.
he's like a bloomin' weird skeleton stuck on a golden throne. I'm blaming them. I'm blaming them for that. And I can't
Yeah.
forgive them.
He's seen better days, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Bring me another
Um,
psyker.
Having to be fed psychers all day long. Never used to be that way.
It never used to be that way.
It's all.
How did we
Just
get
used to be
here?
a can of monster. Now I've got 20 psychers a day.
It's all
Oh,
down to those
okay.
damn Custodes, you know.
Yeah.
A bunch of
Yeah.
gym bros doing their arm curls and their bench presses, probably
Yeah.
oiling themselves up when they
Yeah.
should have been protecting the old man, and they weren't there.
Yeah. Sitting around complaining about Space Marines being arrogant, starting a heresy, but didn't do anything to actually stop it.
Yeah.
All right. What about the kind of tabletop painting
Well,
aspect?
I think they look a little bit like they've been designed by either Salvador Dali or Jean-Paul Gaultier, or they've got together and designed some armor for some kind of Broadway show, some kind of musical. It's
Yeah.
too OTT for me. It's a little bit too swirly, a little bit too curly.
Yeah.
See,
The miniatures are a little bit too blocky. They're kind of very cubey, blocky sort of miniatures, aren't they?
Yeah.
The Caladius grav tank, what is that all about? It looks like a 70s Cadillac that a pimp would be driving around Harlem. You know, you imagine there's someone in there with like a golden chinchilla fur-lined hat hanging out the side.
Nice.
Hey, baby, pimping ain't easy. You know,
I mean, I know we're supposed to be arguing this, but Custodes were my choice as well.
Really?
Okay. A consensus on that. All right. Good.
Yeah, because I mean, exactly that. I don't get the frilly horsehair helmet. If it had been more Centurion-like, it would have been cooler.
Yeah.
The models are horrible. I mean, I've paid 3,000 points to them, and they really are awkward, disproportionate. They look just a bit odd.
Yeah.
yeah,
But then when I was thinking about this, and I've been getting through the heresy a little bit, the reason they weren't there, and this is they are only out for themselves, because in the book I'm reading at the minute, there's a squad of Custodes sent to assist the world bearers to make sure they're behaving themselves. And they're watching the Custodes fight, and they fight like us, but not quite, and they're trying to figure it out, watching them, they're like, I know what it is. They're all fighting on their own. They don't fight as a coherent unit, they only think about themselves.
yeah,
And they are just glorified space marines that have just had this smoke blowing up their arse.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
You're so amazing. Here's gold armor. But they're really just fancy space marines. And on
Bespoke
the table,
space marines.
unless you're playing 2,500 points to them, I don't know how you can justify a small army to hold any sort of objective marker with like 6 models.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Could you say they've potentially got the same problem that the Grey Knights have, where they should be, like, realistically, if you went by the law, a 2,000 point army of Custodes should be like a guy or maybe two? Yeah.
yeah.
And should be an allied unit to another force.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a detachment
Maybe.
rather than a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
But
like,
then
when you
how
bring
can you
knights
actually
into-
balance that?
Yeah.
Well, because like because I say I run 2 armigers with my Space Wolf, and I was like, oh, I'm about to have a league jump. I'll just drop in the knight because that's like the 500 points, but you can't. If you're an allied unit, they restrict what types of knights you can either have a big knight or you can have armigers. You can't have both.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you could easily do that with other kind of Custodes and Grey Knights.
Yeah.
You could restrict what, if you pick, say, I don't know, 3 Alaris, then you can't have, anything else.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could do.
I would also argue your point about who did you say their armor was designed by? Sorry, James.
Salvador Dali.
Salvador Dali or Jean-Paul Gaultier.
I think they haven't gone far enough. If you've got like the best of the best built and like by the whole of the empire, surely they should be more intricate,
but it's not
probably
very
more annoying.
imperial aesthetic, though, is it? Because everything imperial is like, it's kind of got this almost like Catholic kind of gothic-y look.
Yeah.
Because Custodes, I really see where James is going with that. Like, or it kind of looks a bit ornate, but then it's got some big like engine poking out the back of it with some chains and a skull or something.
Yeah, so this should be a bit more Catholic podium at church, gold encrusted kind of thing, maybe.
I do. Yeah, see, I'm totally on board with James's argument about the armor. I've always thought that.
Yeah.
I just don't think it looks particularly good. I've never really thought about why, but it's been one of those kind of armies that I've never had an itch to paint ever. Just
I mean, they're easy paint, but
yeah, super simple, just
it's just
metallics
not-
and
I've seen a new non-metal metallic versions of them, which did look pretty good, but even painting a Custodes army like that, surely your fingers would fall off after a while.
yeah. That's it. Yeah,
rather punch myself in the face for 2 hours.
which you're free to do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can we commission that?
Yeah.
If you pay me
I
enough,
think
I'll do
I
it.
think I painted 3 of their jet bike things. What are they called?
They're
Again, something
quite
else.
nice.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
again,
only part
it
of the
was
range I thought was actually quite nice.
doing the sort of lightning crackle on the power weapons is quite fun. I enjoyed that.
You can do that on a power
Yeah.
sword.
Yeah, exactly. God,
The
you
disdain
guys
that
have got
Matt
some-
has is
Yeah, you
amazing.
guys
I
have-
love it. Just out of
got some great rationale around these. Yeah, Custodes.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay.
Maybe I'll kitbash one day, how they should look.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
that would be good. It's just going to be a Space Wolf, isn't it, Matt?
Pretty much.
It's just Ragnar.
But maybe they should be more like the Death Watch.
Yeah,
Maybe it should be the chosen
yeah.
special. People have shown from all the different legions and chapters have shown real
Handpicked.
handpicked to be
Yeah.
a special guard that receive further training and further development in the Gene Seed or whatever. So it's like a high honor rather than a whole separate faction.
Yeah, and that I think sits a bit better in the general kind of the setting of 40k, because the setting of 40k is very much like decaying empire, holding on with our fingertips. Just everyone's been promoted up so many levels that they don't know what they're doing anymore. So to have Custodes there, which are a set, kind of almost getting towards like Primarch level, supposedly in the lore, and they've just been knocking around since
Do
day
whatever they
dot.
want.
But is that not then
you
like
just
the
think,
perfect
well,
example of the Imperium of you have these amazing people, we poured all these resources in, and they're still pretty flawed, and we're still not using them right, and we're like, we've
yeah,
created this
maybe,
amazing thing,
yeah,
and
maybe.
instead of them going out and helping, they're just kind of sat there being like, we are great, us.
Yeah.
We're going
Yeah.
to dress in gold, maybe.
I don't know. I think if they're more 40k, they'd be so powerful, but they'd have some sickening flaw that would mean that you just wouldn't ever want to be one. Whereas if someone said, should we turn you into Custodes? You'd be like, yeah, I'd like to be all powerful and live forever. That'd be great. What have I got to do? Just stroll around the halls of terror? Yeah, that sounds pretty sweet.
One
Playing
about.
ping pong and drinking schnapps.
Yeah, we've just described James's life there, I think.
Chin chin.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
they're all power, but like the Thunder Warriors, like super powerful, but then they go berserk after 20 years and lose their mind or
Yeah.
something like that.
Start getting some sort of weird space cancer or something. Yeah.
He's
He's
cancer.
cancer.
Yeah.
Maybe they do.
It's
Maybe
quite
they do.
accurate.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay, James, Custodes got your vote for kicking it. What gets your attention for something you might collect in the future?
Yes. Yeah. So I got so carried away with the Custodes then. It would be Orcs.
Yes.
Orcs.
Nice.
Because,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
because they're just a good laugh, aren't they? They're on no one side. They just love having a good old
even their
tear
own.
up.
Yeah.
No, not even on their own side, exactly.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing from one moment to the next, unless a particularly big boss orc comes and grows along and gets bigger and bigger and decides to sort of pull them together for a little while. But otherwise, they're just having a great time. They're just having a wild time, drinking grog, thumping everyone. They've got a great range
I
of
love
models. I mean, the model range
Yeah, they
is
do. It's
It's
massive.
so
endless.
extensive. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's massive.
So many things. Cool mechs, all the speed freak sort of cars, like the wacky racers type cars they've got. Crazy little flying planes. You know, they've got
Yeah,
such a great
helicopters.
range. Yeah, helicopter.
Yeah.
They've got anything, any wacky
Yeah.
thing you can think
It's
of.
basically Scrap Heap Challenge on steroids.
Yeah.
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 I love Orcs.
Yeah, and you can open to so many conversions as well. Like you could take a
Anything.
repulsor and then, you know, turn it into an orc one that they've
Yeah.
nicked off someone.
Because
Yeah.
that's the great thing about the Orc lore and Orc magic, so to speak, is that if enough Orcs believe in something, it'll happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've seen like stuff where it's like guys have kitbashed like a grav tank because it's like the Orcs believe it can move, so that's the
Yeah,
way the
right.
Orc magic. So if 5 Orcs in a skip believe it can drive, it'll drive,
Yeah.
regardless of whether there's an engine in it. It's just
Yeah.
the way the channel the orcishness.
I do love
Yeah.
sometimes when you see a lot of those types of conversions, they'll just to like hand wave stuff away, they'll just get Gretchen and just use them
Yes.
to be like, oh, well, how do we
Yeah.
have a hover tag? Get the Gretchen to do it. So we'll have them all underneath, just holding up.
Yeah. They're just running along like a Flintstones tank. You've got Gretchen underneath, just charging
little
about.
fee going.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
I
What
just
they like to
I've just been thinking, is the orc range, as in the amount of models they got, that has to be the biggest apart from Space Marines.
Gotta
I
be
can't
up
think of
there.
another.
But I don't
Well,
know
maybe even
anyone
bigger.
who's ever collected them, if I'm honest. Like, none of my mates growing up ever sort of had them. Maybe I just wasn't playing with the cool people, but
Are they tricky to paint? But I've heard some people say they're quite tricky because a lot of different bits on them and different.
Yeah, green can be. I need to put some time into Orcs. I've never quite cracked it. But there's a lot of different ways and a lot of different techniques to try to do it with underpainting and different dry brushing, zenithal, slap chop methods. But yeah,
Well, it sort of depends how you come at it. So the good thing about painting orcs is that because they got lots of small details. So if the good thing about that is that you can use real basic techniques and get like a decent finish. So you could just, for example, spray them all white and then use contrast paints, which is super fast and actually would still give you like a decent tabletop looking army. You can also take it further. Like I've seen people do, there's a technique called slap chop where you spray the model black and then you dry brush it maybe a slightly lighter color so it picks out all the little details, and then you put contrast paints or washes over the top of that so that it gives that kind of illusion of that you've spent a long time on it. If you pick it up and have a real close look, like you can tell, but if you have like a whole mob of orcs, they look great. So they're pretty good for those basic techniques. If you want to paint them to a high level, you're going to be there forever because every orc has got skin and armor and a weapon, and like there's a lot going on with each model, so they're hard to batch out.
Teeth,
Loads
Yeah.
of teeth,
tusk.
tusks. Yeah, so
and
yeah,
you could probably jump in with loads of detail on those as well, like give them
Yeah.
tattoos
can go
or
daft.
extra bits. And,
Yeah. The same could be said for a lot of factions, though. To be honest,
yeah, true. What they like to play at the moment?
I've got one guy in the club plays Orcs. They hit really hard. They
Yeah.
can't hit the side of a barn in terms of shooting. And yeah, it's just a bit mad.
Yeah,
I think they're either
which-
brilliant or awful. And they
Yeah.
could
But
be
that
that
kind
in the
of
same
sounds perfect for orcs, no?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think you need some lucky dice rolls, and that kind of just fits the lore and the
Fits into
orcishness
them, yeah.
anyway.
yeah.
So, I think if you've played them, I haven't, but I would imagine you've just got to go all in and just give it a go. And either you're going to have some complete disaster, or you're going to have like a devastating orky victory.
Yeah.
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 So all this topic is doing is making me now really consider each of these different factions that we're talking about. Like, oh yeah, that could do a little Orc army. Yeah, that would look wicked. Yeah.
I mean, Dan, out of all of us, well, maybe except you, James, your pile needs some attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Build the pile.
Build the pile, feed
The pile is built. The pile is built.
Yeah.
Nowhere near enough grey shame going on.
I did hear it called the pile of pride the other day, which I was like,
Yeah,
nice.
It's
Although
a pile of potential.
yes, pile
Pile
of
of
potential.
potential.
Sorry, yeah.
Pile of
I heard, what was another term someone mentioned? 4 foot fantastic. When you're talking about how well a model's painted, and you're like, as long as it's 4 foot away,
Yeah.
4 foot
Yeah,
fantastic. Yeah, that looks all right.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, you got to remember, you're looking at them from about a meter away. So it's just like,
Just trying out of my beast man now. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's not bad.
that's it.
Put it further back, James. Further. Keep going.
Hold on, I'm just going to throw him across the room.
Behind the cupboard.
Yeah, he looks great. He looks great over there.
Put it behind that
Sorry,
picture of a different one. Nice. Yeah, I can't really offer any contrary viewpoints because I think Orcs is a great shout.
I think there's the only downside I would say with Orcs is maybe this is because when I first sort of found Warhammer, I don't know, they just always came across as a little bit too goofy at times and less fun and more just a bit like, that's an Orc. I want my serious gothic space marine and killing aliens. And it's only recently and seeing some of the more modern art and modern stories what I've gone, I see the appeal where they are just like these insane bloodthirsty monsters that are kind of terrifying. But I think maybe before that they just a bit too far on the goofy end sometimes, potentially.
Yeah, I think the models definitely look fun and kind of a bit childlike and goofy. But in the lore, they're pretty kind of savage and horrible.
Horrible.
Horrible monsters.
Give me your teeth.
All right, thanks, James. Some really good, some good ones to think about there. So Matt, we know Custodes was gonna, stick it. For those people thinking that was a sound effect that we just put on, it wasn't. That was.
I'm old. It happens.
Yeah, so similar sort of thinking as James for Custodes then?
Pretty much. I mean, I don't really... There's been a couple instances in the books that have shown Custodes to show that they kind of go on their own. Like, Nemesis was a squad of assassins put together by a Custode, completely unaware to, like, the Emperor. And in the end, it's, spoiler alert, but it's been out for ages, it's actual Rogel Dorn butts in a secret meeting and go, what on earth are you lot doing? Because he puts together this team of assassins from all the clades to take out Horus. But to do that, he has to get Horus on a planet. So he's there reinforcing the resistance with these 5 assassins to try and get Horus to make planetfall so they can try and take him out. The Dorn's like, what on earth? Who sanctioned this? You're out of line.
Yeah.
So I just think there's so many elements where you get these Custodes just doing whatever they want. And then this recent kind of bit when I was thinking about this whole topic, I was just like, they're only in it really for themselves. And where were they?
Where were they?
Playing ping pong and drinking schnapps.
But this could be, as Steve was talking about, like them needing a flaw. That's their big flaw is like, they've got everything, but then they still just end up being selfish people.
But I think they are just glorified Space Marines, let's face it. And you get more Space Marines for the points. And aesthetically, I don't get it. There's a few special characters I quite like the look of, but the rank and file,
the Swordmaster, was it Swordmaster or whatever it's called?
Blade Champion.
The Blade Champion,
Swordmaster,
Swordmaster, Master of the Swords,
Swordmaster. Yeah, that's
a nice model. I did 2 of those on commission, and they were actually really nice to paint. I really like the energy that model has. Yeah,
and because it's very different to the rest, really, isn't it? It's got a big flowing cape.
Just having a quick look, their dreadnoughts are pretty cool as well. The Contemptor Achilles dreadnought, maybe?
Some of the dreads are pretty beefy. But I think that's true for a lot of the range, including the Grey Knights, is that some of the models they're quite static. They're just like, and we know that Games Workshop can produce stunning models that have energy. The Kroot Rampagers were incredible when they came out, such real presence. I was hopeful for new Thunderbolts, seeing those, but no. But even like the Grey Knights, the Grey Hunters and the new Blood Claws, I've got that kind of. We are seeing some nice new ranges that have that kind of. Yeah, I mean they're static, but they've got a stance, and they convey an energy, which I love to see in models. You can tell there's a story behind them. Here's me getting all artistic and wishy-washy.
I think this kind of comes back to, I think, the core thing with Games Workshop, where they, like 80% of their effort goes into, they're just so focused on Space Marines that a lot of the factions don't get the time, attention, the love that they could do. You know, so Games Workshop next year just focused like all their energy on a Custodes, you know, like they could pump that would be an incredible range, that the lore would be there, they'd release a load of amazing books, like the miniatures would be incredible. But it's just where they seem to put their effort, because they know that Space Marines is like the big seller. Everyone starts off, like everyone's got some Space Marine, and these other factors kind of seem to get neglected.
Yeah,
I think
Space Marine sell.
Yeah, exactly.
But do Space Marines sell because they've got such an amazing range?
Yeah,
So
chicken
people
and
come
egg.
in, they just look amazing.
Yeah.
So like, I want that one, and then
Yeah, I think there's an
Well, I
element
mean,
of that.
Games Workshop's been running a long time now. What, since like the late 70s?
Mhm.
So they've
Yeah,
had a long time
just the
to
late
figure out what sells
Yeah.
and what doesn't, and they've just gone with what sells, I bet.
they do probably know more
They are
about their
doing-
products than us.
Yeah.
What do we
Yeah.
know?
How dare you? Oh,
Yeah.
all right. So another vote for Custodes. Matt, I think this is probably a bit of a tricky answer for you, because you.
It is, because I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is dead easy because I've got to pick Votan. But then you're like, oh, you can't have the models. Well, that throws that one out. I can't pick Knights because I also
Yeah.
have Knights.
Yeah.
And then I toyed with Orcs, but I have Orcs. And then I thought, oh, Krieg. Nope, I got Krieg. Again, but then I was like, why does it have to be 40k? That wasn't in. It was just what
You're correct.
army next.
Yeah.
And I would
okay.
love being
branch it
a
out.
bit of old world back in the day. Grand Cathay, I think, is a stunning range. And I would love to pour everything
one.
I had into those. I think they're absolutely gorgeous, really nice, something a bit different. I'd be all over that.
Yeah, I think they're quite good fun.
I know nothing about them. I can't remember the rules. So I don't know. They just look nice.
A cool dragon, and there's a big
Yeah.
giant statuey guy with a massive
Cannons,
blade.
yeah. Balloon
floating
things with
hot air
snipers.
balloon
And, yeah, it's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah, some cool heavy horse cavalry. The Jade Knights or Jade Lancers, I think
Yeah.
they're called.
I just
They look
think
really
the
good.
aesthetic's cool. And I think it'd be good fun. I think it'd be really nice to paint.
Yeah.
If you wanted to like kit bash these and somehow make them 40k playable,
You'd have to do them like guard. There'd have to be guard in some way.
just
Yeah.
some strange
Or
retro-
Krieg
'cause-
or something like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, there's an
Yeah.
interesting idea.
The Sky Lantern, you could definitely bolt some just like auto cannons to the side of it, so it's just
Yeah.
floating along, so it's acting as a gunship.
Matt's,
Hold my
Matt's
beer.
too
I'll be
busy
back in a
to-
minute.
No, Matt's
Yeah.
too busy to take on a project like that.
Stop doing that. I had a moment like that this week where I was like, what was it I was looking at? The Gloom EOS. Oh, what are they called? They're goblins, but they're on big wolves. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that scale would be right. And they'd make great thunder wolves. It's like a big wolf with 2 goblins on them.
The Gloom Spike gets.
Yes,
yeah.
I was like, and then I found one. Their special character is like the wolf standing up on like a rock. Somebody kit bashed it with Space Marine on it, and it scales perfect. And I was
It
like,
did
okay,
look very cool, of course. So.
There you
Yeah.
go.
keeping that for later.
Yeah. There you
Yeah.
But yeah, kit bash Cathay into maybe a specialist guard unit.
go. Have you played AOS at all? No.
I
I
have
can picture both you
Stormcast.
and James getting into AOS or maybe Old World or something. Definitely.
I don't know
Because
if I can
James
get back
that's-
in Old World.
I can imagine
Not
going
well.
back and collecting an old world army again, just for the
Yeah.
kind of just for the
I
memories.
don't know. I was kind of up for it, but then it's like they're not. That's why I went for Grand Cathay, because I was like, oh, I could really get into it, but they're really just reprinting the old models. There's nothing. There's a few new characters now for units, but effectively it's just the same old models again, and that's what kind of put me off.
Yeah.
But then the Cathay is a whole new range, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of cool for that because I was like, oh, to get back into Orcs and Goblins again, relive the old days.
Yeah.
Can we ask? I know we weren't allowed to choose them as an official option, But what led you to Votan as well?
Aesthetic. I just love. They're
Yeah.
almost like little space wheels.
Right.
But you know, they're kind of Viking-y, kind of Norse-y, got beard.
Yeah.
I see that. Okay. Yep.
But again, the range is cool. They got raking new models, which is really nice.
Yeah.
I just love the aesthetic and that kind of almost like a quirky, a Tokyo Japanese kind of aesthetic. Something.
Yeah, they have a bit.
In
Yeah.
some of it. And I just thought they were just cool.
Nice.
I think they play quite well.
Yeah, they're good
So
in
I've got
good
about-
in game. That's for sure.
Yeah, I've got about 600 points.
Okay.
Yeah. And those new releases,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chef's
they're
kiss.
nice.
Yeah.
They're
James,
great.
did you?
You,
Do I remember?
James,
Did you say you played Votan really recently?
his first
Yeah,
ever game
the
of
first
40k?
first ever game.
Votan,
Squat.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're some bloody tough units, I've got to say. Yeah.
You were
Good in
saying
game.
was it the Jacks?
Steeljacks.
Steeljacks.
Steel
yeah.
Jacks send out
Yeah.
6 shots each.
Watch
And
out for those suckers. If you're going to play
Yeah, I remember
Votan,
seeing
anyone, watch out for them. Toughness
Targeting
6,
Steel
2
Jacks.
plus save, 3 wounds
Jeez.
apiece.
That's pretty.
I think you can choose like there's
better than
either a
a Terminator.
shooty version or there's a melee version.
A stabby version.
Yeah, stabby. It's stabby or shooty version. I mean,
Stabby,
I know
stabby.
some people aren't keen on the models, but I think they look all right. I suppose they just don't look very Votan-y because they're a bit like they're on stilts, aren't they? For a normal
Well,
Votan.
Right.
I've seen some good kit bashes with them that give them a little bit more life, but they're okay. They're kind of like the Thousand
Yeah.
Suns robot things. You just kind of stand, kind of
Yeah.
square and straight up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Go on.
So my first thought was, oh, this is going to be easy because I don't have a Space Marine army. And then I remembered I have 2 Space Marines at home, so I couldn't pick Space Marines. So then I thought, oh, I just seem to have one of lots of different models from various commissions, bits left over and stuff. But what I don't have is any Votan anywhere.
Hey.
So yeah, and I was like, they were pretty high up on the list anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, Votan would be the one for me. I just really like the models. It's a new, I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. It's a new, very newish range. So all the models are like up to date, look cool, very tied in.
Yeah.
And I've not had the chance to paint many. I think I painted one. I did, as James called it, Ivan the Terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Was that
Uther.
Uther the Destined?
Yeah,
Uther the
the
Destined.
Destined Ivan the
Uther.
Terrible. I painted
Uther?
him
Oh.
once, and I just really enjoyed it. So yeah, it would be
It's a nice model.
and I think they would look really good doing in the blasted style. Like
Yeah,
with
they would.
really
Yeah.
heavy weathering and oils and stuff. So yeah, very easy for me. Yeah, Votan would get my vote.
What do you guys think of the vehicles? I feel like some look amazing,
Oh, they're cool.
others. Okay.
I think
I think they all look good. Personally, yeah, I think they all look good.
the
I
wee
think
jet
it's
bikes
the-
are awesome because
Is
there's
it
so
the
many little.
Hecaton just look a little bit goofy, maybe again.
I'm sort of with you a little
Quiet,
bit, Dan.
you.
sorry, guys.
If I want your opinion, I'll give you it.
I'm with you,
Xenos
Dan.
players, honestly.
Thanks, Shazad. Sorry,
Yeah.
before I cut you off, were you saying the hover bikes though?
Yeah, I just when you get because I've put together a few of them now. There's so many really cool little things like little shovels, or little axes, or
Yeah.
little kind of like sleeping bags and stuff. They've just got so much character in them. They're just
Okay.
really cool. And
They can make
the
quite a
Land
good kit
Fortress
bash.
is just a mad bus. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a
A
beast,
party bus.
an absolute beast.
Armageddon, that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the big buggies that they drive
Yeah.
around on the
Tumbler.
Comet.
Or was that Batman?
I must admit, I struggled with the faction that I would never collect because it's quite hard to look at a whole faction and think there's nothing you like about any of them.
You just want to be everyone's friend, don't you? Come on.
Because you also know
I must
like-
admit, if I had thought about Custodes, I didn't really think about. For some reason, they didn't pop into. If I thought about them, I would have been very tempted to say Custodes for all the reasons that you guys have said. But there was kind of 2 contenders. One was Gene Stealer, Colt.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're on my contender list.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's some decent there's some models in there that I thought, yeah, I could like they would look all right or they'd be fun to paint. But I think as an army, I don't really think it should be an army. Like from the lore, they
Agreed.
don't really fight battles. They are behind they're running interference before the battle starts. So why would you have a
Yeah.
GC like army? Like I don't
Yeah.
know. That was my thought. It just was it's just not the way that I would want to play, being like a devious little anti-imperial. So
Yeah.
they were very high on the list, but also those pesky Drukhari were also on the list.
They were on my list.
Yeah. They were quite close to the top of my.
Yeah, why was that then, Matt, Dan? You both agree with that? Why would you reckon?
I'm not crazy about the range. The lore, I know bits and pieces, and I can kind of understand and can almost get it a little bit. But the models and the range just didn't really. And I mean, I played against them once, and they hit hard, but they're made of paper.
Yeah, fragile.
Like basically Grimnar chinned one of the Void Bombers just straight down the middle. Just like God, first round of combat, just charged it and chinned it, and I was like, that should not. You know, this old man with an axe just absolutely destroyed this Void Bomber.
Not heard the expression "chinned him"
Chinned.
since I moved to America several months ago. Yeah, I love that. Chinned him. I think
that was working.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, the models just leave me a bit like.
I feel like the one thing, their like massive redeeming feature is their incubi do look amazing. The rest of it looks pretty rubbish, but the incubi look pretty impressive. Yeah, it's just nothing can quite, because their lore is kind of cool, but then you see these sort of like dark figures that move faster than you'd be able to see, and then you just can't make it happen really with some of the models they've got. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
Look, it's a little bit edgy.
There's one model. There's a few models I got particular issue with.
Oh yes, let's hear it.
So I don't know if you can get a picture up of the Raider.
1 second, let's really dig into how much Steve's hated these guys.
Yeah, please do.
Was it screen or presentation? I think presentation.
And the Ravager looks like Jabba the Hutt's thing in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, well, that's
right.
exactly why. That's exactly why.
Wait, what's that?
That's my exact. So it's the go up again. Up. Stop there. That one there that you got, the Ravager.
Yeah.
That one, it just looks like a Jabba the Hutt's barge.
Jabba the Hutt's barge.
Like you're just expecting Boba Fett to launch off that.
Did you see the old version they used to have, which
what
was
does it have
this
a sail?
Ravager with Abyssal Vept on it? And he even had two like half-naked slave girls, and it was quite clearly just Jabba the Hutt saying,
not just me that sees it like that, though. Yeah, and I don't know, like some of the models are sort of passable.
Passable.
What are those?
Mandrakes, but they're kill
Mandrakes.
team.
Yeah.
To be fair, all the kill team sets I've seen recently have been pretty amazing.
The kill team sets are pretty cool, definitely.
Yeah, so I don't know. I've painted one squad of warriors a long time back. I was first getting into commission painting, and it just kind of left me a bit uninspired and just didn't enjoy painting it. And yeah, as an army again, I think it would just be a sort of army that would not suit my play style.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it for me.
Good points, well made.
Yup.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're all pretty much on the same page there with everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, there was nothing super controversial, I don't think.
No.
No one was all like Space Marines, their shit.
Yeah.
Or I've never clicked Space Wolves and I'd throw a chair.
What do you think Connor would have said?
He would say Chaos Knights.
I think he was going to pick Grey Knights.
Oh, that's right, wasn't he?
as
Yeah,
his
he was
negative.
gonna say Grey Knights.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what it's based on, whether it's the models or the lore or what, but I think it was going to be Grey Knights, which
do
is
you think he would have
ridiculous,
gone
frankly.
We ring him and ask him.
Yeah.
time is
turn
up.
three,
Busy, are
mate.
you, mate?
He'll still be very stressed at the moment. He's coming into turn 5, probably.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah.
It'd be good to get a full debrief from him when he's back. What do you think he would have said as another faction to collect that he doesn't?
Well, you wouldn't
I
let
don't
him
know.
pick his secret army, which he isn't actually collecting, so he couldn't choose that.
So no spoilers here, but for that reason, he wouldn't be able to pick Space Marines.
Yep.
Could it?
Especially I sent him one now, so he definitely can.
Yes. Yeah. He has 100% got one.
Trying to think if he's mentioned anything in the past.
He's mentioned
he-
knights quite strongly, but I
Yeah.
feel like he'd
Anti.
quite like to collect knights, but would feel like he is like letting himself down if he collected knights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a sneaky Votan player too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see
He's
that.
got
Yeah,
like
I think
some
you're right.
respect for the Votan.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He quite likes the whole good guy thing, even though there's no
Yeah.
good guys in 40k. And Votan sort of are good guys. They're not really
No,
too harsh.
as
and
close
ending.
to it as you get.
Votan. Yeah.
So we'll include him in these overall rankings and let him know that he didn't do particularly well after the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. So looking at all of our, should we try and rank all our answers then? So we had Grey Knights, Custodes twice, and then Drukhari.
I think that.
What are we putting it? What are we putting at the
Custodes?
top?
I think Custodes have to be at the top.
Well, it's almost
Yeah.
Custodes 3 times.
Yeah.
Because you're
Yeah.
kind
Goes,
of...
I think all
Yeah.
the reasons I picked Grey Knights were then also picked for the Custodes.
Okay. So Rogue and Blasted have voted to get rid of Custodes from Games Workshop.
Give them a
Goodbye.
chop.
See you later.
Oh, we need that Room 101 noise maybe in the edit.
Yeah, yeah. And then for the positive choices, we had Chaos Knights, Orcs, Votan,
and Grand Cathay.
and Grand Cathay.
Yeah.
Would it be easier if I picked the 40k one? Would that just be? It's just like
yeah,
a
go on,
money
give
to
us your
water.
40k alternative.
Man,
And then maybe next week we can do other games that we would want to play.
we do 6. Because I literally, you're restricting me completely.
Well, if we
hang on,
stretch
hang
the
on.
rules, it would be Votan. It would be Votan. Or would it be Knights? If you had to pick between Votan or Knights.
Give me a minute.
I feel like the honest answer here is that would make Votan the winners, really, because Matt wants to collect Votan, has started collecting
Yeah.
Votan.
Yeah.
I think Steve,
And
if
would
you
have
weren't,
picked. Yeah.
yeah,
Connor
It's
probably
wrong, but
would
that's
say
what we
that, I
picked.
think.
Yeah. I think you're right. He'd ask about 20 more context questions, but he would say Votan in the end.
I think your point earlier, Dan, about Grey Knights, for instance, almost in-game, they shouldn't be their own faction.
Ooh,
I
I've got
think
one.
that is something
Yeah.
that they could change. Death Watch as well. Imperial Agents as well. Custodes. If they were just had some cool units, but they were allied in, I think it would just work better, and it'd be better for
Just a bit
lore as
better.
well. You know, I think it would be
Yeah.
more
I think-
fun. But anyway,
Which you can. I mean, you
is
can
that
play
how a
it
lot of
like
them
that,
started?
can't
I
you?
think not anymore. I don't think. Can you?
Well, yeah. So like on the
yeah, certain ones you can.
Sisters of Battle can have allies, so you can have like all the assassins. You can have some really random stuff. There's the Exaction Squad, which is you can have Terminator, Grey Knight Squad. You can have
Yeah,
Inquisitor.
yeah.
You can have a Navigator, Rogue Trader Entourage,
Yeah,
Sanctifiers, a Subjugator Squad.
that's that Sanctifier unit are really cool looking. Good fun looking unit they are. Real sort of mix of different crazy
Yes.
models.
Yeah, so I bought one of them to convert to be a Minister and Priest.
Ah, right.
Because it's that kind of like priesty sort of look. Yeah, and you can do quite a few agents, but yeah, I don't know if that's how people would want to play it. Anyway, Matt is dying to tell us his.
Yes.
So-
Sorry.
This
Physically hurting him to hold it in there.
It's fine. Always, man of my age. Surely on aesthetics, I know they play like I don't think they're great in the tabletop at the minute, but I would love to do an army and really go
Admech.
hard. Admech. Identity
Yeah.
characters. I
You
just
saying a few weeks back that you like them as
I
well.
just think done really dark because there's I've seen Necrons done really ancient like moss and stuff growing on them, and I'd
Yeah,
like to go that like really forgotten on Mars, really rusty, dark scheme would be really, I think, would look really cool.
Like
Nice.
yeah, smoke clogged, like everything
Yeah.
just falling apart, kind of.
Pretty much.
And you could do some
Yeah.
really cool stuff with like the liquid pigments.
Yeah.
With the basing and all that. Yeah.
Because I mean, I played about with knights lists, doing because knights you can have pure knights, so you have knights and admech as well, and just for like give me some like objective holding sort of. So I might still do some as part of a bigger knights
Nice.
project.
Nice. Yeah,
Very
I
cool.
must admit, AdMech would have been quite high up on my list as well, just because they'd be fun to paint.
So instead of choosing a winner, have we just made the list longer?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
For the pile.
I mean, it's so easy just to start throwing stuff in the pile. There's one of our painters, a guy named Josh. Hi, Josh. He has got the biggest pile of shame I've ever seen. And
Are we just
And I've
publicly
seen a
calling this
few.
man out?
yeah. Well, he's the first to admit it. So he sent me some pictures once because he's looking at doing some pictures for the website of, turn your pile of shame into a painted army, that kind of stuff. I was like, oh, I know someone with a big pile of shame. And he
Wide angle.
And I mean, even at that point, I had no idea how bad the problem was. He's
The
got
problem?
an entire
It's not a problem, Steve.
His is a problem. He's got an entire. It looks like a kind of either a wardrobe or like a walk-in kind of closet. Literally every shelf stacked with still boxed models, like crammed every shelf, and then each drawer of his study there was like more models. And every time I've said to him, "Oh, here's your commission," and he's like, "Oh, I've got that model in the back. I'll just use the one that I've got." Every
The
time.
plastic crack. Ugh.
And the ironic thing about Josh, and again, hi Josh, sorry Josh, he's not the fastest painter, so he's got enough plastic there to keep him going for several lifetimes.
Nice.
He will never paint all of those models.
I heard it referred to once as like having a nice wine cellar. You're like, what
Yeah.
bottle shall I
Yeah.
have tonight? And then just go
Yeah.
pick something and you go play it.
That's quite nice.
My brain just can't cope with that. It bugs me. So I've got one small box in the basement here, and it's got probably like half a dozen models in there that I know I just will never get around to paint, and it bothers me. It really bothers me.
Just scratching in the back of your head, like,
Yeah. Like I'll probably
I
just
get
sell
that.
them just to get them gone.
Get them
Just-
gone. I
ah,
get
yeah.
that. I don't know. I don't think I have a big pile per se, but I am getting quite quick, so that's why I'm kind of like, well, I'm kind of starting to chunk through it a little bit. And I think when you play as well, then it's like you're buying for the next stage, which is what I've been doing
Yeah.
recently. It's like, okay, well, after this, I've got another 500 points. What am I going to have? So some way there's logic to it, as well as just buying stuff that I fancy. And that might be a golden demon one day, or it might be something special that I want to pour time into. So
Yeah.
it's not bad at the minute.
I think it does. It does change your. I know we're getting a bit off topic, but I think it does change your outlook with painting when you're buying models to game with.
Yeah.
You do start painting differently. I think
100%.
I found that over the last couple of weeks.
well, just more of a like, I need to get this done for this date kind of thing, or painting
I
in a
think
different
it's just
way,
more of a so I think it energizes you a bit because you think I want to finish a squad, so then I've got a squad to play with. So it gives you a bit of energy, and it does cut down on it makes decisions easier. So for example, I'm so close to finishing a squad now. I think I'm 9.5 models done, but you just make a decision. You think, right, I'm going to do all of this part for all of them the same color. Whereas if you're doing it just as like a bit of a hobby thing, you might, it's yellow on this one, green on that. So you make a more efficient painting kind of strategy.
Yeah.
And then
Cool.
you just devise little ways to speed things up as well. So you're like, okay, well,
exactly
this part of the model's not going to get seen, so I'll just do a quick glaze on that and then move on to what. And then you probably do slightly, or maybe you won't do 4 levels of highlights. You might do 2.5.
Yeah. And I suppose because you're also
Or none.
or
Yeah,
none.
or none. Or you just break
Good
out
old
a bottle of
Zenithal.
null oil and move on with your life. Yeah.
I love it. Just you guys putting out these like amazingly painted miniatures, like all this, and then your own armies are just Rattlecan.
Yeah.
But no, you've like, my own army is not heavy metal in any way, shape, or form, because I want it on the table quick. But I mean, that's why I'm quite enjoying painting Connors. That just doing heavy metal, but at a standard level, is actually been quite nice.
Yeah.
But my own stuff is much more not full on blasted, but it is a bit grittier, more Zenithal work. I don't typically edge highlight anything. I'm much more UI use the airbrush to layer it up and then tone it down with some glazes and then call it done. And then move on to the definition. And you can rattle through them. As Steve says, you figure out, you limit your palette, keep everything the same, and you can smash through a squad quite quick.
Yeah.
It's good, and it's encouraging at this stage, because when you get back in, you spend 8 hours painting a marine, and then in 8 hours you can paint a squad of 10 to a much higher standard. So I quite like that now, is that I can just start battering through stuff and it looks, I'm really happy with it. That's the main thing. I'm my own worst critic for it's a bit crap.
4 foot away.
Yeah,
Even at 4 foot, I'm
fantastic.
like, so no, it changes your I do paint different, but at the same time, like why people come to Rogue, there are elements that I am going to go all out on and really kind of push hard to really take it to that next level.
Yeah.
Just to interrupt, did we all see Connor's results?
Connor
Live update.
He's drawn!
10-10 draw.
That's a feather in his cap. That's against a Scotland team player.
Also, are we technically doing live coverage of Connor's?
Yes, we are. Yeah. This episode, live coverage of Connor at his tournament.
Doonhammer!
Yeah, I mean that's a feather in his cap. That I'd say that's a great result. Yeah, he'll be pleased.
Yeah, totally.
He might not feel he's pleased. He might think he should have won, but he'll think of some reason he should have won. But that's good. That's great.
Yeah, well done, Connor. Well done.
Good job.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Nice. Cool. Well, we've kind of established that we all hate Custodes and we love Votan.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm on the squats.
The beer.
Yeah. So tune in future for more like earth-shattering discoveries like that. Our opinions on the 40k and not 40k world this week. We've dipped our toes into an
old world
system. Imagine that.
Yes.
Before we sign off, where can we find everyone? How about Matt? Where can we find you apart from behind, chained to the desk, working to the bone? Just very quick, Matt, just really quickly, how many projects are you working on right now? Including personal ones? Have you got enough fit?
Yeah. 2, 3. I've got 3 active commissions with yourself.
Does that include Connor's D&D?
Oh no, 4.
4.
Forgot about them. And then I'm helping my son with his Imperial Fist Army, which has been quite fun. Doing about one-on-one with him.
That's really nice that you're doing that. That's really
and then I've got my own Space Wolves army that I'm currently working on. I'm dabbling in the Votan, although that's taken a massive backseat. Oh no, sorry, swing back. 5 Riptides.
Okay, so we're up to 9.
And then that's probably yes.
Well, Monday morning.
There is more, but I'm not going to count them.
Monday morning, I see about getting you up to double figures.
Easy.
Yeah, nice. Where can we find you, Matt?
You'll find me on Instagram, old.varg.
And now I heard Varg was the Old Norse word for wolf.
Yes, you heard it from me last week. It is.
And you can find many examples of Matt's work on our website as well, Rogue Miniatures. James, where can we find you?
Instagram for me, blasted.miniatures.james. And there's a link on there to my blog as well, where I'm rambling about my efforts at becoming a 40k player, which are going okay. It's going okay.
Well, you've succeeded.
Yes.
You are a 40k player.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Job done.
Stop now.
Call a day, move on.
Stop. Yeah.
The blog's over now. Sorry.
Yeah. Actually, that army you painted, forget it. Knocked me up an AOS one. I'm moving on.
Well, I know someone who wants to start painting alternate system, and he's not busy. So, Matt, expect an allocation. How about you, Dan?
You can find me at decked.dnb on Instagram, but that's mainly music rather than 40k.
Yeah, your alternate life.
Yeah, my alternate life. Yes,
you need to get your 40k one up and running.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah,
let's see these nids.
I think they're probably this week. I'm going to be inking them all up. But I did get one of the inks out, tried to pour it in a thing, and all that came out was what looked like water. So I'm wondering
did you shake
how
it
long.
First?
I gave it a shake, but just how long are we talking? Like
lots. If they've not been used in a while and they've been sitting, they're in a really good shake.
Like potentially months not been.
Like
Yeah.
my arm hurts shake. But you could get one in the desk. Whatchamacallers? What are they called?
Vortex mixer.
Yeah, vortex mixer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need
As
to
long as
get
it's
one,
not
actually.
just because I was looking at like maybe it comes out clear and dry as dark, but no, definitely not with a. I don't know. But yeah, I think the whole army should be ready for that fairly soon. I've just finished my painting black. Then it's good to go.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Lovely. Thanks very much. If you want to find some awesome commission work, go to rogue-miniatures.co.uk, or if you prefer the grimdark style, you can go to blastedminiatures.com. We've also got Instagram, which is rogue__miniatures, or blasted miniatures, which is also on Instagram.
That's one of our more professional plugs we've ever had there, Steve.
You can work on your sign-off suit. If you want. You don't have to.
Yeah, because I totally forgot I was like, oh, is it just blasted miniatures? And it's like, oh man, I'm gonna have to do some editing afterwards now. Let me look up our little handle.
We can leave all this in. It's fine.
It's
behind the scenes,
it's
right?
real. It's
Yeah.
tangible.
It is just blast. It is just blast. Or you can, or we're also.
Where else can we
on-
find you, Steve?
Well, on Instagram, you can find Blasted Miniatures as Blasted Miniatures. Imagine that. Very straightforward, nice and easy for you to find. And we'd particularly appreciate a follow on rogue__miniatures, because we are on the cusp of 2,000 followers. In fact,
nice.
drum roll, everyone. We have just today got to 2,000.
Hey!
So yeah, don't need to follow us. Right, lovely. Well, yeah, that's it from us and our nonsense this week. Thanks very much for listening along. We'll see you next time.
See you there,
See you
everyone.
later, guys.
Goodbye.
Cheers.
Rogue transmission ending.